is that we're going to stir. And it's good to be with people that I love. It's in our baptisms that we are unified. It's in our baptisms that we're unified in Christ. And so in this moment, it's good to be unified with you in what God is doing. So let me take you back to 1992, Christmas. And I was sitting in that pew right there. And my father stands right here and he sings, "Fall on your knees." Most amazing Christmas service I had ever been a part of. And so to hear that voice that is of my father's and yours, the two that I love most in this world, thank you. It's amazing to me how this place reminds me of my high school days. It reminds me of, that Christmas. You know, those brown paper sacks, the lunch sacks that were full of peanuts and a couple hard candies and oranges. Yeah, you all remember the traditions and the customs of Christmas and the smells. And just, I was telling Nick Scott as we were in here, I said, this place doesn't smell the same anymore. And that's okay, because that backspace back there was a death trap and trying to get up and down stairs when my dad was the pastor up here all throughout my high school years. The things about those memories, you know, it was a powerful time in my life. Forgive me. As my father was becoming more than just somebody who served my every want and need. He was also somebody that I started to realize that I saw every part of him. And it took me my sophomore year in high school to start to see that he was a man that had his faults and a man that was goofy, but yet he was confident in it. And I started seeing my parents as people rather than just somebody that took care of my every bubble. Like, these guys have no clue that we are anybody but maiden servants. Right? And that's okay, that's what we chose, correct? It's actually what we chose, but before we even started to know their names, we were committed to that. We started feeling that God was saying inside of us, hey, we're going to be parents. And it's cool. I remember how my parents protected me from all the hurts and the world had, but it was in that moment. It was a big boy moment because it was also the night that that my parents finally accepted a huge part of my next part of my life. Because right next to me sat my girlfriend. And when we first got here, we were here and talking with Nick Scott, and Carrie goes, my favorite Christmas service of all time. And I just remember driving out here in the dark. It was, you know, when you first start dating each other, you don't like hang out with your parents, right? The in-laws or anything, right? Yeah. And so Carrie actually rode in the car with us, and it was one of those first moments of like, wow, she's hanging out with my parents. And, you know, anyways, when it comes to this idea of memories and smells and what our parents are and who they are for us, I recently saw this picture of parenting in a nutshell, and the crazy part is I believe that most everybody in here saw it. But it was a picture of dad looking at in horror of the pain that's coming from this video on screen, and then there's the boy sitting on dad's lap and he's going, This is hilarious. Y'all remember Dustin and Henry? You, the nurse, I saw like, oh boy, that's gonna hurt all over his face, and Henry going. And I realized that that's like a crazy picture of parenting. And it's probably going to be about a sophomore, junior, senior year before he even sees that picture again and understands that my dad gave me all kinds of wonder and joy and showed me these videos and gave me crazy opportunities, but he always had my protection in mind first. And that's what I saw in that picture. It's also ironic that in the different times that these little ones will grow up in a different world than what we are. And I think about that picture that you guys have, and I'm thinking of the difference of 20 years ago, America's Funniest Videos. They would never have shown a video like that because they knew somebody was getting hurt. Now you watch America's Funniest Videos, and that's at least a segment in there all the time of the accidents and all that. And it's just a video show. It's just a TV show, right? But it's different. But it's different. And guess who gets to help them navigate the difference? Guess who gets to protect in an amazing way? Guess who gets to answer that call that God put in your heart of a child that didn't even have a name? I'm so excited to watch you guys do this. I'm so excited to watch you be parents. I think we all. I even think
Nailed it.
Hi, Amy. Hi. Hi.
As I was thinking about what I wanted to share and say to you guys, and I realized that there isn't like a home run of a statement other than that answering that call. But then I also realized as I was writing that there's just needs to be truth, and there just needs to be beauty, and it doesn't have to be anything that I say, but it has to be of that conversation that you're having with God right now as you heard Tara sing, or anything that I say. The reality of it is with these three boys, you all have inside of you a conversation where God says that you have a part, and you have a play, and you have an influence. Whether it's just going out to coffee with the ladies or taking the guys hunting or whatever it is, you played a part and you will always play a part, and that's why you're in this room. It's why you're in this room. I told my 19-month, 20-month old nephew yesterday for the first time that I love him. And it's just a crazy thought that, my aunts and uncles, did I really notice that they loved me? No, because I was a child. But I know now what they did for me. And so that goes for all of you. May God continue to speak to that calling of who you are in these lives, these children, these boys. Yeah.
Right.
Welcome to Jude. How are you? Are you
It's in baptism that something miraculous is made new. Forgiveness happens of a deeper theological understanding of what sin looks like. And yet, ultimately, there's a blessing of just what God is doing here in our minds. And anything that I say or anything that we do will never give justice to a miracle. We should be left in awe, with jaws dropped at what God is doing rather than anything else. I'm going to ask a series of questions. I would require that all of you, because